and welcome to Creative Moments by G. So happy that you could stop by. Today we are going to be working with ovals, creating an elegant card with ovals, some DSP, and dry embossing. Let me show you an example of a card that we're going to be working with. Now this is a Christmas card. We have another card to show you after we make our card today, so stay with us. So let's head down to the crafting table and let's get started. First, you will need to cut your base card, and remember, all our measurements will be listed over on our blog on creativemomentsbyg.com. You need your base card cut out, and then we're going to need a couple layers. And so we're going to need a layer for the front of our card, and what we've done with this layer is we have embossed it. Look at that. That is a beautiful chevron dry embossing folder. We just absolutely love it. And of course we love our pumpkin pie cardstock to go with our fall card that we're going to make today. The other thing you're going to need is you'll need to cut some ovals. Now you can use your stitched ovals for this. One needs to be a little bigger than the other one. And then we need a strip of paper. Now this one we're not going to dry emboss because we decided to use the beautiful DSP. Let's go about putting this together. The first thing we'll need to do is go ahead and lay down this first mat. Next, we cut this 1 3/4, but we kept it the same length because we want it to actually go from the top of this mat to the bottom of the mat. So let's go ahead and lay that down also. Oh my goodness, it's already taking shape, isn't it? Now we're going to go ahead and take our ovals, and we're going to take this top one because this is where we are going to stamp our beautiful pumpkin from the Pretty Pumpkins stamp set. And we are just going to use Memento ink because when we color it, we're going to use our blends, and they're alcohol markers, and we don't want them to smear. So go ahead and just try to center it and hold it for good contact. And look at this. Now we're just going to bring in our blends. Now we're using bronze and the pumpkin pie blends. And then just in case we need a lighter one, we're bringing the light pumpkin pie as well with the dark pumpkin pie. So now on our vines, we're going to just simply go over with our bronze. And also on the stem of the pumpkin. Now, to color our pumpkins, you really need to take your dark pumpkin pie and just go over those lines that you see. And this will create some dimension in your pumpkins. Now, you can also, right here, go over the base and just bring in some shadows. And now we're coming in with the light pumpkin pie. Now, if your shadows are not dark enough, you can always come back in and just make them a little darker. I think we'll go over the lines just a little more. And now we will pick it up with this light pumpkin pie and simply go over it just a little bit to lighten it up. We're going to bring in our old olive, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going over the veins with the darker old olive, and then we will come back in to lighten them up with the light. Okay, so now we have our pumpkins completely colored using our blends. Now we need to stamp our message right here, And so what we're going to do is we want our message to be raised. And so we are going to get some paper and we are going to stamp it on the paper and then double mat it. So we're just taking a piece of vanilla cardstock. And what we're doing with this is we're simply cutting around this, and we take it and add it to some old olive, and this is what we come up with. See how beautifully that's matted? And because we see that we have a blank spot right here, we're going to go ahead and bring in some of these beautiful leaves that they have in the stamp set. And we are going to bring in our old olive blends again and go ahead and color those. And on our flower, we're going to bring in Daffodil Delight. Isn't that beautiful? It's just the addition of those beautiful leaves and flower that make it just pop. So now we're going to come back in here and look and see if that's about where we want it, which it is. And so we're going to add this to our orange oval with some dimensionals. Add that right to the center. And now we're going to bring in our card and we will add it right here. We're going to add it on dimensionals again. We'll add one right in the center just to give it some stability. And now we are going to add this using our mini dimensionals. And now we're just going to put a few rhinestones. And now we need to decorate the inside. So we're going to bring in our paper pumpkin again and lay it down. And we have our white piece of paper, and we're going to just stamp some pumpkins right here in the corner and use our blends to color them. And add this to the inside of your card. And what do you think about this oval DSP and dry embossing card? These techniques really bring a wonderful presentation to the card. I just think it adds so much to it, and it's very quick. You don't have to spend a lot of time on the first mat for your card. You open it up, has the beautiful pumpkins. Now remember I told you I'd show you another card. We have this one that I showed you, the Christmas. So we have a fall and we have a Christmas. And now we have a beautiful flower arrangement. I don't know if you can see that, but we have dry embossed it with the dots on both pieces of paper. On this one, we actually put some stripes on the larger oval just to give it some added dimension. Oh my goodness. And then we colored this beautiful flower from the prized peony stamp set. Oh my goodness. Such a presentation. And you open it up. We colored these flowers and stamped in the middle. Just so pretty. And I think another tip, when you add the mats to your front of your card, go ahead and do the same on the inside because it really gives it that presentation that everyone is looking for. Well, thank you so much for sharing your time with us. Please take a second and give us a thumbs up. We would appreciate it so much. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, take a moment, subscribe, click that bell, and you'll always be notified when we have a new video going up. We want you to go out and have a fantastic weekend. Be kind to yourself and others. Be creative in your crafting, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.